People judge the messenger before the message. And that's why the messaging matrix is so valuable as a single source of truth that you can train all of your spokespeople on: business development, customer service, sales, across the board. The single message that can go out to market is coherent. So in order to do this, you're now going to pull together all of the materials that you've been gathering through the foundation stages, through steps 1 to 4. And in steps 5 and 6, you're going to create the messaging matrix, and then you're going to train your spokespeople on how to deliver that effectively. The messaging matrix is ultimately going to be a table which includes your stakeholder and outlines their buyer persona. You're going to identify the main pain points, and then you're going to simply list your 3 key concise messages that you developed earlier with the demonstrable proof points alongside. Once you've got this, you're able to deliver that message. So if we go back to that first point, that people are going to be judging the messenger before the message, you know, that's going to mean that your messaging matrix is going to enable your website perhaps to be persuasive and to determine trust long before the visitor starts reading the copy. The messaging matrix is going to enable your messages to really hit home. It's going to enable your spokesperson to know exactly what they want to communicate and how before they even open their mouth. It's about creating an aura of empathy, of honesty, of commitment, while paying real attention to the details. The second step on this is really telling stories. So you've got all of your factual information in your messaging matrix, you know exactly what you want to say, and you've got the demonstrable proof points. But how can you actually create an engaging, authentic story that those factual points can sit within? People are going to engage far more if there is a story and perhaps even a visual aid that's going to take them on that journey, and it's going to drastically increase the impact of your messages. And then you want to think about how you can cite the experts. As a rule of thumb, whenever you make a claim, you want to be citing subject matter experts. I'll give you an example. You know, you've got two possible examples here. Which one do you find most persuasive? Number 1, men spend more on Cyber Monday and Black Friday is when women spend more. Or number 2, according to the UK Marketing Association, men spend 69% more on Cyber Monday and women spend 70% more on Black Friday. I think, as you see above, it's really important to look at your messaging matrix and think, what external evidence, what experts can we cite in order to prove this more effectively? And even using infographics to make sure that the messages really stick with your spokespeople. So I suppose a final thought on the messaging matrix and its development. You know, we live in a world where we're bombarded with messages, and it's really important that those messages are respect the principles of communications in order to cut through effectively. So first step is to really identify and categorize your stakeholders. Second step is to define those stakeholders down and build personas for the non-institutional ones. The third step is to figure out the key questions that your stakeholders are going to be asking. And remember, around 95% of those questions you can determine in advance. The fourth step is develop the key messages, adhering to those communications principles. And the fifth and sixth step is about pulling that together into a single place of truth, a messaging matrix, and training and informing your spokespeople so that they're confident and capable to deliver those messages. And my hope is that by following this step-by-step guide, you're going to feel really confident to increase the persuasiveness of your communications. I think I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts. If you've tried this methodology, please share the feedback with me and feel free to share this with your colleagues.